I was sitting on a bench in the park, reading a book, when he walked by. He was the most handsome man I had ever seen. He had long, dark hair that fell in his eyes, and piercing blue eyes that seemed to stare right into my soul. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. He sat down on a bench across from me and started reading his own book. I tried to focus on my own book, but I couldn't stop glancing over at him. After a while, he looked up and caught me staring. I quickly looked away, but I could feel my face turning red. He smiled at me and I felt my heart skip a beat. We ended up talking for hours that day. We talked about everything under the sun. I learned that his name was Noah and that he was new to town. He was just starting his first year of college, and he was majoring in literature. I told him about myself too. I told him about my love of books and my dream of becoming a writer. We talked for so long that we lost track of time. When it was time for me to go, I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay and talk to Noah forever, but I knew that I had to go home. As I walked away, I turned back to Noah and waved. He waved back, and I felt a smile spread across my face. I knew that I would never forget that day. It was the day that I met the love of my life. The next day, I couldn't stop thinking about Noah. I couldn't wait to see him again. I went back to the park, hoping to run into him, and sure enough, he was there. We sat down on the same bench and talked for hours again. We talked about our hopes and dreams, our fears and insecurities. We talked about everything. I felt like I could tell Noah anything. He made me feel safe and loved. I knew that I was falling in love with him. A few weeks later, Noah kissed me for the first time. We were sitting on the same bench in the park, talking late into the night. The air was warm and the stars were out. We were both feeling happy and content. Noah leaned in and kissed me softly on the lips. I closed my eyes and savored the moment. It was the most magical kiss I had ever experienced. I'm so glad that I met Noah that day in the park. He is the love of my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with him.